For millennia, ice has served as the secret keeper of our planet. It is the white crown that regulates the Earth's temperature, a massive mirror reflecting the sun's fury back into space. But what happens if this protector surrenders? What if every crystal of ice, from Antarctica and Greenland to the highest peaks of the Himalayas, were to melt completely? This is not merely a story of rising sea levels. It is a chronicle of how the face of the world as we know it would be permanently erased from the map. If all the Earth's ice were to melt, sea levels would rise by a staggering 66 meters. This is high enough to submerge a 20-story building. The cities that stand as symbols of our civilization would be transformed into modern-day Atlantises. However, the greater danger remains invisible to the naked eye. Polar ice regulates the heartbeat of global ocean currents. A massive influx of fresh water would halt the circulation of the seas, resulting in radical climatic chaos. Europe might be plunged into a perpetual winter, while tropical regions are scorched by lethal heat waves and storms far more destructive than any recorded in history. Without ice to reflect light, the oceans will absorb extreme solar heat, accelerating global warming in an irreversible feedback loop. Beneath the melting ice lies a hidden menace: permafrost. This frozen ground traps billions of tons of carbon dioxide and methane, greenhouse gases far more potent than CO2. If released, the Earth would effectively become an oven. Furthermore, scientists warn of ancient pathogens. Viruses and bacteria that have been locked away for tens of thousands of years could be resurrected, a medical challenge that the modern human immune system has never encountered. A world without ice is not merely a change in landscape. It is a world that is hotter, more violent, and far more confined for humanity. We are not discussing a distant future. We are discussing the legacy we are leaving behind today.
But let us look closer. What truly happens in the first days following the disappearance of the ice? This is not merely about the rising tides. It is about a catastrophic chemical chain reaction within our oceans. The ocean is the world's largest carbon sink. As the ice vanishes and water temperatures soar, the ocean's capacity to hold oxygen will plummet. We will witness a mass extinction of marine life. Coral reefs, the rainforests of the sea that act as our coastal guardians, will bleach and perish. Without them, the global food chain will collapse, and billions of people who rely on marine protein will face a level of famine never before recorded in human history. Then, imagine the socio-political upheaval. As metropolises like New York, Shanghai, and Jakarta are claimed by the tides, we will witness the rise of the climate refugee on a global scale. This is not a simple migration. It is the erasure of sovereignty. Small island nations in the Pacific will be wiped entirely from the face of the earth. Where will their people go? How will international law govern a citizenry whose nation no longer exists above the surface of the water? International tensions will escalate as nations scramble to claim the remaining pockets of fertile land and fresh water. The wars of the future may no longer be fought over oil, but for the right to stand on dry ground and the privilege of a drinkable spring. And so, as we stand here today, we must ask ourselves, do we want to be remembered as the generation that stood by and watched the collapse of the Earth's white crown? Ice is more than just frozen water. It is the keeper of balance. It is the silent witness to our planet's history. Keeping the